get into this week's episode of the Organic Mindset Podcast, I wanted to take a quick second to make a huge announcement. My very own self-published adult coloring book is now available for purchase on Amazon.com. Exactly. Man, welcome to another episode of the Organic Mindset Podcast, man. You see what's going on. Got a returning guest. Got a new guest. So yeah, man, y'all boy go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
I'm gonna let Joe go first since I'm moving.
Well, returning this bitch, Joe B.
Yes, sir.
You know, site work, you know. Back again, my motherfucking front door. Gonna have a good conversation, you know. Gonna speak about some real shit, you know. Other than that, you know, stay tuned.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you know, newcomer here, been waiting. Tyler, T-Ball, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. About to have fun.
Yeah, man. Finally got my boy on the episode after episode 100, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I might have to, make this the last episode of the season, start a new season or something. But yeah, man, we got some serious, subjects to talk about today or whatever. So we just gonna go ahead and pretty much just kind of get right into it. So first subject is, we pretty much all graduated from Northwestern or whatever, different times, but pretty much, we all got our degrees. So a little pat on the back for ourselves or whatever. But what's life been like for y'all as far as like post graduation, and what's some of the things that I guess you see as far as possibly struggles, positives, just whatever.
So I'd probably say, as for, I'm gonna go through the struggles first, shit, I guess. But struggles, I feel like, as in, like, I feel like when, like, with a job search, I feel like a lot of people be like, people that didn't go to college feel like, oh, okay, like, you gotta have the experience. It's like, bro, like, I went to college for 4 years. Like, what you mean, like, experience? Like, how I'm supposed to have experience and I went to college for 4 years? You know what I'm saying? So, because you didn't go to college and you know what I'm saying, you did whatever, you know what I'm saying, you did, you went through the mud and did all that. I'm like, bro, but I still went to college. Like, that's my experience right there in itself. So it's like, I don't ever really understand that. So that's a struggle. But as for, you know what I'm saying, like a positive out of it, I feel like having a degree is like a huge positive. Yeah. No matter how people try to say it, or that you might need a master's or whatever. Like, yeah, I mean, you can get a master's, but I mean, you still went to school and still got your degree at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not an easy task. Shit, we all know that. Like, especially like I said, shit, crossing and doing all that, that's never an easy task.
Facts.
So
I feel that. I feel like for me, it was more so like I limited myself in a way. Like, I knew even before going to college what I want to do as far as career wise was to be a police officer. So I always just, I'm gonna be a police officer. But I feel like I limited myself because when I knew I was about to graduate with a criminal justice degree, I didn't start applying for other jobs that may be better or maybe more paying or whatever. As soon as I graduated, I just boom, I know what I'm gonna do. And it took a minute for me to become a police officer after graduating. So that's why I feel like was one of the struggles, because a lot of people, when they get their degree, they usually, not gonna say usually, but not, a lot of the time they don't go into the same career field as a degree.
Yeah.
So I feel like, with me, it was just like I got my degree and I had to wait pretty much almost 3 years to even get into the career I wanted, when I could have been, preparing myself. Okay, I know I'm getting a criminal justice degree. Go ahead and start looking for jobs in my field to start as soon as I graduate.
Yeah.
But we here now, so.
I feel like, but I also feel like too, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you really can't blame yourself for whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you came up with, because I feel like in that time when you graduating, you still trying to figure stuff out. Like, you might be like, all right, like, I want to do this, but in the back of your mind, you might be like, do I really want to do that? So, like, it takes time for you know what I'm saying, to graduate and kind of, like, go through a little bit of life to be like, all right, like, I really want to do this, or, like, you know what I'm saying, like, this something I really want to do. And then, like, now you got it, like, now you figured it out, and you be like, okay, like, this my, you know what I'm saying, my line, like, this what I like to do, like, this, you know what I'm saying, my passion. So, I'm going to start this and I'm going to grow.
That's real. And I feel like, just kind of like, with me not even saying my piece, I feel like, saying they kind of give people like, overall the view of, you know what I'm saying, seeing it like from multiple aspects or whatever. Because like I said, I mean, y'all know me. When it came to college, I only, you know, literally applied for, like, granted I had like work experience, but it wasn't necessarily in my field. Like, you know, I had like numerous jobs like from high school, but as far as like my career and kind of what I do now, that was the only thing I applied for. Like, I ain't applied for, you know, like multiple jobs, and it was really kind of like a reach. Like, I always tell people, you know, they be like, yeah, how you start, you know, work, you know, for where you work at? And I be like, the opportunity kind of presented itself. Nobody really just was kind of like pushing me on some stuff like, yeah, you gotta do that. I just seen the opportunity. I'm like, you know what I'm saying, like, what the hell? Let me go ahead and just, you know what I'm saying, apply for it. So applied for it, got the intern. Smooth transition after I finished working, you know. Well, after I finished, you know, like going to school, that was pretty much like a guaranteed job or whatever. And it's kind of been, you know, smooth ever since. But like, you know, what y'all saying at first, like, I completely agree with that. Like, you got to think about, I feel like when you kind of first get out of college, you thinking like, whatever I do, I'm gonna be stuck with that. Like, that's gonna be like mine forever, you know. Like,
that's right.
Pretty much, and you don't want to restart. But I feel like me personally, kind of like getting into the field now, I'm comfortable with switching. Like, if I gotta, you know what I'm saying, like job hop pretty much, you know, then that's kind of like what it's gonna be. Yeah, especially if, you know what I'm saying, I see like some advancement in it, whether it be, you know, pay, benefits and stuff like that. Because I feel like a lot of times people kind of like put themselves in a cage and a box because they be on some stuff like, I'm scared to leave this job, like I'm comfortable. But in reality, you know, I feel like some jobs do have more security than others, but no job is 100%, you know, secure. Because like I was clowning the other day talking about, you know, if you would have passed or something like that, it's no doubt about it, you're going to get replaced. It might not be the next day like we was clowning about, but first week, you out of there.
It's over for you. Like, if I was to go, shit, I'm always replaceable in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like it's always something that you could do or something that you could change. That's always could be like, okay, like, yeah, he replaced. Like, I'll be replaced the next day.
Yeah,
that's important.
And it's crazy, but that's realistic. You know, a lot of people don't like to think that. They just like on some stuff like almost delusional, like in this illusion.
You gotta start your own business though.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I always say, you know, people talk about like time management and stuff. Certain jobs can consume more of your time because I already know, like, granted, like I said, I work 8 hours, you know, with my, like, you know, primary job or whatever. But if I was to work 12, even though it's just 4 more hours, I'd be a little bit more drained because I have worked the 12 hours before, and I see kind of the impact it kind of have on your body and just kind of, you know, you being tired. People always talk about like adapting and stuff. I don't really completely 100% agree with that because it's like if you work in shift work, you already know if you got, you know, to be in a situation where you working days and then you coming back and working nights, it's 2 and 2. Your body never gonna really fully adapt to that.
Facts.
So
no, it's crazy. I mean, but like I said, as long as you got that, you know, determination to get where you want to go, it'll fall in place, you know.
Yeah, and I feel like it's, you know, it's multiple avenues too. It's not like one direct way. I always say that, you know, they kind of like just really changed up my whole just way of thinking when I start thinking like, okay, you know, granted, it's multiple ways of doing whatever you're trying to do. You know, if you're trying to pretty much, for instance, and I hate, you know, to kind of like always bring up like monetary or whatever, but I'm like, okay, if you want to be a millionaire, it's not one way of doing it. It's multiple ways, you know, you could pretty much obtain that. But I feel like that's for anything else, you know. If you want to build a house, granted, you got to start from the ground up, but it's multiple ways of, you know, doing it. So I say that with anything just in life, when you start thinking like, to that extent, okay, I'm not finna, this person, you know, I might be able to take tips from this person, kind of like make my own way. That's, you know, what kind of, I feel like, you know, build your foundation as, you know what I'm saying, a person, an individual, or however you know, might want to see it.
Yeah, that's true. It's also about the journey too, man. You know, I feel like that's where you get most of your memories and, you know, your gratitude from the journey of getting there, not just like getting handed to you or whatever on a silver spoon, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. So, you know, I definitely feel like the journey is worth it in a sense.
Nah, that's facts. I feel like it's almost like college though. Like you pretty much gotta start and like, you know what I'm saying. Like say like you might feel like when you leave like high school, you might feel like yeah, like I'm that nigga. Like I'm yeah like. And you get to college and it's a bigger platform. Like it's plenty of niggas that was that nigga in high school.
Just pressure, huh?
Facts, like yeah, like
same people that just
big done dot in the States. Like Boosie say, but like nah, like it's
acres.
Seriously, man. But nah, like I feel like you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta come up, like you gotta come into your own because them people that you once knew in high school is not, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all my niggas, like close, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I never knew y'all in high school.
Right.
So it's like you really gotta come into your own and really just, you know what I'm saying, kind of like build up, you know what I'm saying, and just like really just come up because at the end of the day, like it's not that same platform. Like I said, nothing given to you, so it's not like they gonna be like, oh man, that was that nigga in such and such high school. Like,
right.
man, we gonna do this. Nah, like you fresh. Like you gotta come into your own, bro. Like it's people that been there, people that been feeling like, okay, like yeah, I'm this nigga over here, or yeah, this, that, and the third, or you know what I'm saying. Like even you know what I'm saying with school houses, like I said, it's not just only about popularity. Like you know what I'm saying, you gotta get your education.
Yeah.
So it's like shit, you gotta do that too. But it's not like you don't really just like know this teacher or be like, oh yeah, I know this teacher, she gonna give me, you know what I'm saying? Like nah, like you gotta make it happen. You gotta earn it. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like that's kind of how it is. Not like it's just a different like it's a bigger platform. So it's like damn, like shit, everything just kind of like open. It's not just like okay, this teacher this teacher that. You know what I'm saying? To where you can just go on what's that little site you go look on for teachers and stuff.
Oh,
like
Rate
that?
My Professor.
Facts.
Oh, I mean that's hey. Reliable source, that boy.
But I'm saying you can't like in the real world you can't just do that with just any person.
Rate my bit. Rate my bit. But nah. Alright, deep into that though, because I mean you instantly made me think about this. So where does self-perception fall into that, you know, when it comes to y'all? Because I mean, granted, I feel like you talking more of like I guess, you know, going forward, or you know what I'm saying, like kind of like in a sense, elevating, you know, aspect or whatever, just as far as like life in general. But where does that self-perception come into play when it comes with doing those things, if that makes sense? Like kind of, you know, I feel like a lot of times we can kind of get caught up so easily in thinking, you know, not really thinking, but taking into account like what other people think. But like when it comes to like self-perception or, you know, kind of getting through that journey, do you feel like that's something that's, you know what I'm saying, important? Like the way you see yourself pretty much through that journey compared to if you was an individual that was more so kind of worried about what other people was thinking. Like how do you feel like that can hinder or...
You talking about like during
just
during college or like after?
Nah, just in real life.
Okay. So
as far as like self-perception, as far as like self, you know.
I feel like in my opinion, I never really cared about what people thought.
Yeah.
But I feel like in a certain perception, you see yourself as a certain person. So when something changed for you,
it's almost like a reality check, you feel?
That too, but it's also like you gotta kind of like just work on yourself in that point, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you look at it like, okay, people see me like this, or like I'm known as this person. So like, let me, you know what I'm saying, like backtrack. Cause like I said, I done been through things that I might, you know what I'm saying, like just chill, you know what I'm saying, from just like doing certain things. I might be like, all right, like I gotta chill for right now because I'm never gonna be in that situation, you know.
Never seen niggas smoke a hookah, don't blow no smoke out there.
I'm gonna say, bro, you kiss my hand,
compared to
skip over me, man.
Compared to the smoke I'm blowing to you.
Right, they had the right to me, but nah, so like on some like on some real stuff, but for real, like I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like that's how I go for real, like you know what I'm saying, we done been through things, you know what I'm saying, like we might not tell each other, you know what I'm saying, like because we, you know what I'm saying, we might look at it like, all right, you know what I'm saying, like we can't be our best self, you know what I'm saying, around each other, so there's no point, you know what I'm saying, in doing certain shit. So it's like, it is a certain perception, but I don't feel like it's like to other like outside people. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's more of a
who you hold close on some stuff.
Yeah, who you close to type thing.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like in my opinion, I don't necessarily, well, I take that back. I do somewhat care about my perception to people.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I am. Because I mean, I feel like if you post on your Instagram all your accomplishments, you know, all your stuff, your goals you reach, and you never post your negatives, you some way you care about what people think, because if you don't, you would post just as many failures as accomplishments you got. So I feel like, yeah, I do care somewhat about my perception, but at the end of the day, you know, if somebody asks, can you give me some advice on this, and that, how many times you failed to get there, I'll tell them. But I'm just not the person to just post it, because I mean, at the end of the day,
nobody gonna post it negative stuff, bro.
And not just on some I care about what people think about my face, but just on shit like I just don't give a fuck what people think.
Yeah, I mean,
it's my thing.
It's crazy.
Facts, and that's You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you. You know what I'm saying? Sway
Oh,
on
nah,
it.
go ahead. What you about to say? It's
Nah,
crazy.
I'm just saying like it is crazy because it's like I get what you're saying. Like to a certain extent you care, but to a certain extent you don't care.
Right.
And that's almost, you know what I'm saying, like what I'm saying. But like I said, like it's more so like a in-house thing, but you still gonna care because it's what you post. And I feel like social media has become a thing. Like the struggles that people went through a couple years back, it's kind of different because like shit, you get famous off TikTok, you get, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, it's different things that you could get, you know what I'm saying, famous off of, or you could just start becoming an ambassador, a model, and you get money off that. So it's like it really just depends on what you do, but people, you know what I'm saying, like only want to see success. Like they don't really want to see negatives as much as they do. And if they do see it, they're gonna talk about you.
Right. But just to backtrack on that, because I know somebody be like, this nigga contradicting himself. I mean like as far as like my ideal of my social media is spreading positivity.
Of course.
So like I said, I may have failed, but I don't want to post them because I don't want to put out there. Not
Make it seem like you just that person. Because
Exactly.
I mean, everybody had their days, you know, and I feel like that's what kind of people overlook or whatever. Because people can always be like, you know, this, that, and the other. Like I always tell y'all boys, you know, when it comes to TikTok, especially when I feel like, you know, we kind of like first somewhat got active, not even really just with posting on there, but more so kind of just like TikTok was kind of like a thing with us, you know, because I don't ever feel like we was just on some stuff like, you know, just like hell bent on social media. Like it might be, you know what I'm saying, we all know we on Instagram and stuff like that. Like y'all know I ain't really just active on Twitter like that.
Right.
But you know, I did download the app, you know, made my little profile. Because whenever y'all share stuff, I'll be like, you know what I'm saying, I want to see it, you know.
Right.
But we might be, you know, sitting around or whatever, and it'll come to Instagram and be like, hey, bro, you seen this? Or, you know what I'm saying, we'll share each other. Just, you know, kind of see it. But like I was telling y'all, you know, about TikTok, I was just like, I feel like my feed is just kind of like polluted. Like, I get on there and literally, you know what I'm saying, I always be like, man, just like, you know what I'm saying, with Chick earlier, I was like, man, she probably, you know, famous on that mug. Cause literally, like, you know what I'm saying, maybe it's kind of like a cliche thing or like one of them things.
Stereotypical thing.
Yeah, like, you know, pretty much just putting somebody, you know, as a stereotype or whatever. But I just be feeling like that, like, a lot of the females that's on my stuff personally, for sure they, you know what I'm saying, probably on that mug like half naked or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's no judgment towards them or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If that's what, you know, get you your likes or get you your, you know what I'm saying, like to the point where you feel like you need to be. Because some people, and this might sound harsh, but you know what I'm saying, I feel like some people, they don't really get uplifted in life, you know, real life. So they feel like they gotta go to social media to kind of get that attention, get them likes, you know.
It'd be funny when you see somebody on there that always posts, you know,
That type of
twerking video and shit like that right there, and then they post a picture of their face.
Yeah. And it
The
don't line up.
likes be night and day, and you be like, damn, do you this what you wanna be known? Like this what you is?
Chill out, Moon Knight.
But you know, at the same time, I think about this. I think like, just imagine if I create a social media profile to where I only post negative shit on my face.
Yeah.
I may have more followers, but I feel like them not genuine followers, and I try to have, of course, genuine followers.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not gonna know everybody
Personally
on the image, but I feel like I got, you know,
a following, like, in a sense.
That's facts.
So I don't know, I just, like I said, I really be thinking about, you know, social media. And even, you know what I'm saying, with social media, I said, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to get like more active or whatever from a business aspect or whatever, just kind of like promote the brand and stuff. But even when it comes to like, you know what I'm saying, positive, like I don't feel like I have to post like all my accomplishments and stuff like that. Like, you know, granted, I post stuff, I feel like, you know, kind of like, if I'm promoting it or whatever, like, I mean, everybody, you know what I'm saying, like I say, before this video come on, I'm finna have my little short book promo, like, you know what I'm saying, go get the book, all my links, you know what I'm saying, in my bio and stuff like that. But I feel like a lot of times, you know, like, when it comes to social media and stuff, and like I said, it's crazy how the conversation just shift to, you know, like, kind of somewhat getting around social media, but I feel like it's kind of like evolving around social media and, you know, perception as a whole. But I, you know, I always post like all my little links and stuff like that, as far as like the stuff I'm investing, like, not necessarily investing in, but it's like a lot of different investment apps and stuff, so they always in the bio. And, you know, some people will really, you know what I'm saying, like tap in and stuff like that, and I just be like, you know, it's a beneficial thing, but I ain't never got to be the type of person to just sit there and post every single thing I got going on. But I had also seen a video, they was like, you know, when it comes to like your business aspect or your quote unquote brand, if you don't post it, you know, because a lot of people, I feel like that is one of the type of things I just kind of stopped caring about. I'm like, man, if I don't post this content, somebody else gonna post it. Like, somebody else gonna like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you, for instance, you know what I'm saying, if I start a clothing brand, what good is gonna do me, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I got a clothing brand, but I ain't letting nobody know about it.
Right.
It's gonna be somebody else out there that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, have that drive, gonna have that home, but they wanna, you know what I'm saying, get their brand out there. They gonna post it.
True. But another tip though, like I was just on my Explore page probably about a few months ago, and I was just looking at all the stuff on my Explore page, and I was like, ain't no way this type of algorithm they think that I like.
That's how I feel.
So
I just accepted it.
what I went and did was, instead I accepted it for long, but what I did was I went and I clicked on the hold down a picture, and it would go to like a couple of little options.
Trend or
And it'd be like, and one of the options was not interested.
yeah.
So all the stuff that I was like, man, this is ridiculous. I'm
Either negative or not even really just trying to see it.
yeah, and I'm like, not interested. So I started doing that a lot. And to this day I still do it, and my algorithm just changed dramatically. And to me that was the best thing I could have did right there.
That's kinda how my stuff happened on Instagram, like TikTok, granted, you know.
No, it was Instagram.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
Instagram.
That's kind of how and start unfollowing people. Just kind of how we was just talking about. Like, you know, it ain't about, you know what I'm saying, the numbers or whatever. Because, I mean, you going to see how many people I follow. But like I said, I try to keep my stuff, you know what I'm saying, somewhat genuine too. Even though I don't post on there, you know, much or whatever. But, and literally, like, you know what I'm saying, for everything, I feel like major I got going. I mean, I don't have no book page or nothing like that. But, I mean, obviously, you know what I'm saying, I got the, like, podcast page, got my personal page. And it's really about to become, you know what I'm saying, like, more business oriented. But I also got, you know what I'm saying, like, the sports betting group, like, you know, the that Instagram and stuff too. So it's like everything pretty much, you know, kind of like spread out or whatever. And I feel like, you know, the way that it's spread out, it's so convenient. You know, you ain't got to worry about, like, having something, you know what I'm saying, that almost in a sense conflict, you know. Granted, all the pages, quote unquote, link. I mean, all you got to do is go to the bio and it's going to take you to the next page. But as far as if you one of those type of people that like to so-called page, I don't know if you say page, I don't want to say page stalk because that, you know what I'm saying, you ain't stalking my page, but if you want to see everything I got on my page, everything gonna pretty much, you know what I'm saying, kind of go hand in hand. Because I feel like from like, you know, the aspect of trying to like build the brand, you don't want your stuff to kind of like contradict or whatever. Because I was thinking about that when I first started the podcast. I had the podcast page, but I'm like, I'm gonna post the majority of my material on my personal page. Granted, it is linked to me, but I'm like, why not start a separate one, you know, if it's somebody that just want to strictly see that.
Right, and I feel, and not being biased because you my line really my closest business, but I feel like it's hard to market your stuff on your page or on social media in general and still keep your same follower base that you got based off you just posting your personal life. Yeah. Because I came across people who started a business or something and it was just like every post, that business. You be like,
this ain't who I followed you for.
Damn, like,
this ain't what I followed you for.
Yeah, like kind of so like, damn, I get it. You got a business, and I'm gonna choose to follow it or not follow, do or promote or support it or not support it. But you just every day you posting that same little flyer 10, 15 times.
Thanks.
It kind of gets old in a way.
Yeah, and that's something good to hear too, because I mean, you know, me, I'm gonna post regardless.
But I said that's what I'm saying. I would say this, that you just kind of still balance it out. Like you say, you got your videos going, all that stuff. It's just not a flyer. You just not posting like.
And I try to mix it up too. Yeah. I feel like that is important. Because I think about it, like I said, from a consumer standpoint, not necessarily, you know, owner or, you know what I'm saying, somebody that has something going. I try to think of it from a consumer standpoint, like what do I like to see, you know. And that could differ, you know what I'm saying, from person to person, but that's, you know what I'm saying, like I said, that's just me.
I feel that's how I choose, not really choose my followers, but that's how I follow people based on what they post, like what I want to see. I mean, if I follow a business page, I'm expecting to see your business, so I'm understanding it. But like I said, usually when you starting a business and you, of course, you got your follow base on your personal page, so of course you're gonna try to get them followers to get your business page. So I feel like just not trying to talk in circles, but you know, post in moderation. You know, because at the end of the day, people see it. They going to choose to follow you or not. If you're not getting your followers at a rate you want to get it, that don't mean keep posting over and over and over again. It's just like, you know,
might have to, you know, think outside of the box. Exactly. I might need to make a separate page.
Exactly,
you know?
And that's just for you people who want to start a business. Think about your followers and what they like to see.
Yeah. What you think? Good thoughts, you know. I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying. I didn't want to exclude you.
That was a good one for real. I ain't really had no inputs. I feel like y'all really, like, you know what I'm saying, pretty much touched on everything.
Like, and even, you know what I'm saying, to further expand on that, because this is what I really always think about too. I'm just like, you know, from like a personal standpoint, and I mean, like I say, you know, I'll talk about this with a lot of people. and it comes to almost everything. It's like whenever you starting something, I feel like a lot of people kind of get shut down because, you know, either they don't put their content out there or they expect they close friends to be the ones that always support them. You know what I'm saying? I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm so open-minded about this. I'm like, okay, you know, even if y'all was on some stuff like, I ain't gonna watch the podcast, I ain't gonna buy your book, I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying, do this. I wouldn't look at your, you know what I'm saying, y'all know type of other way or whatever, because it's like, I don't feel like that's owed to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, granted, y'all, you know what I'm saying, like my people and stuff, but it ain't like y'all just necessarily owe that to me. I mean,
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying, I had that conversation like with other people, you know what I'm saying, that like got stuff going, they like, that's what really made me expand, you know what I'm saying, and just think about like, okay, who else can I, you know what I'm saying, pretty much pass this to? Or who can I, you know, because at first I was just like going hard on Snapchat. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying, I was getting like a couple hundred views, but I'm like, who really buying this? Once I start advertising my book and using like, you know, pretty much like the paid promotions on Amazon, sales really start going crazy compared to me. And I had took months from like not posting my book. Like now I rarely post the book. I mean, granted, you know what I'm saying, it's out. I got the, pretty much, you know, so I got like the little snippet or whatever, like before every podcast. But even off the strength of that, I wasn't really doing no promoting. Like I wasn't posting on my Instagram, wasn't posting it on Twitter, wasn't posting it on nothing. Just strictly doing, you know what I'm saying, like Amazon advertisement. There's probably other stuff I could do, you know what I'm saying, as far as like going out in the public or word of mouth. But it's just like, you know what I'm saying, like navigating and figuring out what worked for you.
I get it, man. It's just like I said, I feel like, you know, everybody want to, you know, have this perception that they just living a perfect life on social media.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, like I said, I want to put out positivity, so I'm going to post my accomplishments, my, you know, stuff, goals, outreach, stuff like that right there. But just be real with yourself, man.
Hey.
If you know, just be real with yourself at the end of the day, man.
Yeah, we always, you know, and I always just say this, you know, just as far as like, you know, internal and external, like people gonna always lie to themselves first. And it's almost like, you know, one of them like recurring type deals, you know.